I've done a bit more narrowing the tips and what have you, but it's still just ridiculously overweight. So what I'm going to try and do is, I've got a 3 tooth per inch fairly coarse bandsaw blade. I'm going to try and slice off the nice piece of bamboo at the top where it's where the fibres are close together, and clean away the coarser bamboo. Like here you see there's a ton of it. There's the decent stuff above there, and all this is waste. If I can take that off and glue it back on, we might be somewhere near a decent weight. The bamboo's a reasonable thickness there, but at other points it's just bonkers. So I'll try that, because at the moment it's probably going to be about £100 or something. What I've got is a little homemade jig here that you can slide back and forth in and out to give you a controlled cut on the bandsaw. But of course it would have been easier when the stave was nice and clean and slab sided and hadn't been tapered and rounded. But it still requires a bit of careful manipulation, because it's easy to start running off one way or the other still. So normally you position this just slightly in front of the blade, giving you room for a bit of manoeuvre. Sort of thing that's easy to make, very handy. Actually, I'm not using the guide that much, it's more of a hand support. But I'm checking each side as I go. But once I've got the bamboo off, I can flatten it, clean it up, ready to go back on. And on the bow itself I can remove the residual bamboo with a spoke shave and then clean it up. Hopefully we'll end up with a manageable draw weight. But it's a matter of doing it slowly and steadily, and keep turning it over and checking. And what it is, it's a 3 tooth alternate set blade, which gives quite a wide cut, which enables me to, manoeuvre the bow one way or the other and make adjustments. A too fine a blade would just be much harder to, guide the workpiece through. Now here's an interesting phenomenon. As I've sawn that off, look how the bamboo backings move to one side. So there's obviously some lateral tension in the glue up. Just about got it off in one piece. Not very pretty, gone a bit thin in places, but I reckon it'll be alright. Clean it up on the belt sander. Here I've cut into where the bamboo was thin. I had to cut into that lamination, but to be honest I might grind a fair bit of that lamination off anyway. It's almost like the bow was made with one too many laminations. It would have been fine without the pretty red stuff in the middle. Right, I've got the two faces cleaned up. It's amazing what you can achieve with an 80 grit belt sander. But I found this weird groove in this core layer. Well, I can scrape that out and fill it with some of that lovely orange dust, but it doesn't fill me with excitement. Little patch there needs a tiny bit more work, but we're just about ready. It's just a bit of play really. A little rough bit here on the bow needs a little bit more sanding, and there. So everything you do it, you inspect it, and if it needs doing it again, guess what? You do it again. So yeah, there's a bit of work to do still, but I'll get this glued up, then it will be dry overnight and I can have another play. This has not taken me long, probably only taken me an hour, but laminates are very quick and easy if you know how to build your laminate up. If you've got rough dimensions for number of laminations, rough sizes, so you can glue up and get close to the weight you want. Obviously these were just done, you had the stuff, we just glued it together to have a look. And this is just an interesting plate to see what happens. But it'll be very interesting to compare the dimensions of this with the untouched stave, which is here. So yeah, more later.